Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations. The Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations is a public-private coalition that aims to derail epidemics by speeding up the development of vaccines. Its headquarters is in Norway. Aim. CEPI's aim is to develop early phases of vaccines without knowing the details for the form in which the infection will appear, cutting down the time for initial development and deployment, while allowing the vaccine to be progressively tailored to improve its effectiveness for the particular epidemic. The plan includes preparations for possible outbreaks of Lassa fever, Marburg fever, Middle East respiratory syndrome, MERS, SARS, Nipah virus, Rift Valley fever, chikungunya, and others. It is being funded by the Wellcome Trust, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the World Economic Forum, the governments of Norway, Germany, Japan, and India. It has also received single-year investments from the Australian, Belgian and Canadian governments. Members. Investments and preliminary studies. As of April 2018, CEPI had invested $37.5 million in Austria-based Themis Bioscience and $56 million in US-based Inovio Pharmaceuticals Incorporated to develop vaccine candidates against Lassa fever and MERS. CEPI published a study in The Lancet in 2018 which estimated the costs of developing vaccines for diseases that could escalate into global humanitarian crises. The study focused on 11 diseases which cause relatively few deaths at present and primarily strike the poor. The authors estimated that it would cost between $2.8 billion and $3.7 billion to develop at least one vaccine for each of the diseases. This should be set against the potential cost of an outbreak. The 2003 SARS outbreak in East Asia cost $54 billion. 2019-20 coronavirus outbreak. In January 2020, CEPI began to support 3 projects that began work on creating a vaccine for the 2019 novel coronavirus, run by Moderna, Inovio Pharmaceuticals, and the University of Queensland. The United States National Institutes of Health, NIH, started cooperating with the biotechnology company Moderna to create a vaccine, hoping to start human testing by May 2020, with a strategy to make an RNA vaccine matching a spike of the coronavirus surface. In February 2020, Inovio announced that it had produced a preclinical DNA-based vaccination to fight COVID-19 at its lab in San Diego. Inovio is collaborating with a Chinese firm in order to speed its acceptance by regulatory authorities in China, hoping to perform human trials of the vaccine in the summer of 2020. The University of Queensland, UQ, strategy is to develop a molecular clamp vaccine that genetically modifies viral proteins to make them mimic the coronavirus and stimulate an immune reaction. In the same month, CEPI and CureVac announced a collaboration to develop a vaccine against the new coronavirus nCoV 2019. The aim of the cooperation is to safely advance vaccine candidates into clinical testing as quickly as possible. The agreement will build on the existing partnership between CureVac and CEPI to develop a rapid response vaccine platform and includes additional initial funding by CEPI for accelerated vaccine development, manufacturing, and clinical tests.